Present on the dais, eminent guests, professors, academicians and researchers, members of UNESCO South Korea, a very good morning to one and all. It is my proud privilege to present this speech in presence of Dr. Dipendra Narayan Roy, the 64th Raja of Tamralipta Peacock Dynasty. As we all are here in this ancient city of Tamralipta to celebrate the 85th year of the great freedom fighter, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's footstep in this great place of historical importance in India. The erstwhile ruling family of Tamralipta traces their roots back to the times of Mahabharata. There are some people who say that Mahabharata was just an imagination of a poet. But to prove it, there are harder evidences which prove with scientific evidences which are present in this city of Tamralipta that Mahabharata was just not an epic, but it was our history which has shaped us what we are today. It is also my honor to be invited here in this August gathering on invitation of Dr. Roy, whose ancestors were among the very few ruling families in India who showed the courage to fight the British and face their oppressions, but still survived with a stronger heart. Today, I would like to share a very important law of power that led to the suppression of many ruling families of Bengal, including my own, by the European colonists. Probably, Bengal had one of the most ancient dynasties in India, which we never get to read in our history books, because the British wanted to wipe us out from the minds of people. I believe this, and maybe some people who have higher moral values may not agree to this, since there might be some people among us who might get motivated to do something like what Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose did himself. It is believed that history is the highest court of justice in this whole world. There is no higher court and adalat than what history is. What happens in the Supreme Court, what happens in the High Court, what happens in elections, and what happens in wars, all come and go. But what remains is history. And the judgment of history has been only in favor of those who were powerful, and not with those who were righteous. If it was not really like this, the British wouldn't have ruled India for 200 years, and the ancient ruling families of Bengal wouldn't have been reduced to just among the zamindari system of the British East India Company. Maybe we and our ancestors were morally correct. We did not do any injustice to the common man. We did not destroy human values. We did not impose cruelty on people. Maybe God's grace was with us, but not power was with us. That is why the reason is that history gave us a punishment. History has always given punishment to those who have held lawlessness and abiding by moral laws higher than power. This is not my own belief, but the belief of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose himself. He never said to disregard lawlessness, but he said whenever there is a conflict of interest between moral values, ethics, and power, more importance should be given to power. It is evident that Bengal was the only province in the whole of British India which was exploited by them the most, and exploited to such an extent that before they left, they asked the loyalists to rule this country and told them that even by coincidence, if you get some information about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, please hand it over to us secretly. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are a 75-year-old republic, and in the next 25 years old, ahead we are going to be a 100-year-old country. But the question lies, have we really evolved out of our colonial past? As a policy researcher myself, I would definitely disagree to this. Because if we had really evolved out of our colonial past, then there would have been no government in independent India that would have forcefully acquired land from the people. May it be the poor farmers, or may it be the erstwhile Rajas, Maharajas and the Zamindars of India, who have their own heritage and lineage which dates back to more than 1,000 years ago. We should never forget the contribution of the Rajas, Maharajas and the erstwhile ruling families of India, who have made enough of sacrifices for nation building. To unify this nation, they have sacrificed their lives, their possessions, and even their property and land for the sake of unifying this country, for the love of this country. I feel the coming generation should not forget this and should always remember this, the contribution of the old ruling families of India. At last, I would like to quote that if you are born weak, you die weak. But what remains in between is up to you. I would like to thank you all for being part of this august gathering and inviting me to this memorable event. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.